Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your live stream. In this morning's stream, we are going to talk about Lewis Hamilton. Is he really past his best? So, big up to every single one of you who is live and locked in this morning. Much appreciated. Now, if you're new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button, as I upload plenty of F1 content on my F1 channel. Link is in the title. And over here on this channel, I do plenty Manchester United content. I talk about loads of other things apart from football. And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Joshy J Football channel. Link is also in the description. And in the description of this video and pinned on top of the live chat is my channel membership. Yes, I have level 1 and level 2 channel membership. So if anyone wishes to become a channel member today and help fund my YouTube channel, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. So, right. Now, Lewis Hamilton, you know me, I have been supporting Lewis Hamilton for what, since 2006 in GP2, and I will forever carry on supporting this striker. But now it is time to have this really uncomfortable conversation. It really is. I mean, you know me, Lewis Hamilton will always be my favourite driver. There is no denying it, but we need to talk about his shambolic performances recently. What is going on? Where's his motivation gone? I mean, you're a 7-time world champion, and you just look so disinterested. Now, I honestly believe deep down in my heart, as a fan, he is now unfortunately past his best. I mean, look, he's had a fantastic career, Sir Lewis Hamilton, but he's clearly not performing. And is he just more interested in the money? Is he no longer bothered about the racing? But I miss the old vintage Lewis Hamilton. He used to go out, show that he was motivated, smile towards the camera, and that. You don't get any of that these days. Now, I have heard, sadly, his dog is very unwell. Whether that is playing the key factor, I have no idea. But, he's got to stop with these setup excuses. I mean, what are we doing here? Oh, it's the setup, man, this and that. It's like, no, 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 Lewis. For fuck's sake, you're better driving than this. You cannot keep blaming the setups, man. It's as simple as that. It's like, get out of here, man. I'm not falling for it as a fan. Others may fall for it, but I am not at the end of the day. As, a Lewis Hamilton fan, I expect my driver to perform at his very best. He's representing Scuderia Ferrari, one of the most historic teams in F1, and I am proud to be part of that fan base. I know we get a lot of love and hate Ferrari, but it makes me so proud to be part of that fan base. It really does. But Lewis Hamilton was brought in to try and help us go one better this year. But if anything, we are not going one better this year. As it stands at the moment, it looks like we're going to finish behind Mercedes in the constructors. I mean, at this rate, we should have kept Carlos Sainz. It's as simple as that. At least he shows a bit of character. And yes, I know Carlos Sainz did not have the best start to the season, but, at least he gave it a go, at times. Oh, good morning. Hello. Big up to you, Kiefer. Good morning to you, mate. The only reason he continued because he wanted to join Ferrari, because every champion's trying for Ferrari. True, but Kiefer, I feel he's lost his motivation, mate. He shows no interest, no emotion whatsoever these days. Lewis already past his prime. I mean, we're starting to see that last season in the Mercedes, weren't we? I mean, let's get it right. Literally, in qualifying, he was abysmal at the end of the day. And unfortunately, it's carried on this year. Abysmal, no excuses whatsoever. And I am not having it when these set up excuses. Oh, we changed a few things overnight. No, no, no. Come on, man. Seriously. It's absolutely ridiculous. Think he's had 105 wins. Well, on the 105th win, he won by default because George Russell got disqualified last year at Belgium. But Silverstone, he won on his own merit. 100%. That was a world class driving at Silverstone. That was prime Lewis Hamilton. His final race of Mercedes at Silverstone, and he won it last time driving a Mercedes at that circuit. But yeah, no excuses. His performances have got to improve because Ferrari want to be competing for championships. But unfortunately, at the moment, we're not, because with Ferrari, we've literally somehow made a mistake with this car. We changed the car concept, and it is clearly upset it. I don't know what we've done, but I'm not liking what we've done at all with it. Because last year we had a car what was competing for the championship. This year we don't. We've been absolutely terrible at times. We really have. I mean, Leclerc getting a podium, that is like a victory for us at the moment. But I don't want podiums. I want wins because that is what I demand from my team. Is to win. You may not win every Grand Prix, but you should be winning nearly every race for the standards I hold for this team. It's as simple as that. I do not accept mediocrity. I've been supporting Ferrari since the early 2000s. It's a bit like Michael Dodge Chelsea FC. He's been supporting them since what, like the late 90s or mid 90s. So, yeah, literally in the Ferrari fan base, we don't accept mediocrity. Imagine if he performs like that at Monza. My goodness me, our fan base will literally chase you down the tunnel, chase you down the paddock and that. Because our fan base do not mess around. That is why I am proud to be part of an elite group where other teams will be like, oh, heads up, on to next. No, 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 you won't get any of that with the Tifosi, I tell you. I mean, our fan base reminds me like Real Madrid, the Real Madrid of F1, where fans just do not accept mediocrity. And I certainly don't. Keifer, you did rank Lewis as the number one goat. Maybe he just strikes poorly because he thinks you would still ranked him as number one goat, even if he performs poorly at Ferrari. I mean, look, between Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher was the first driver I started following. Look, Michael.Chelsea FC was following him longer than what I was, which that's fair enough. And Michael.Chelsea FC, Michael Schumacher is his goat, where, Michael Schumacher, the first driver I started supporting in that, he is definitely on there being my goat as well. No doubt about it. But Lewis Hamilton, whatever happens with Sir Lewis Hamilton, I will always support him. But it's not looking good. It really isn't. I mean, I just miss this happy Lewis Hamilton who wanted to go racing. I really do. Just like, wow, unbelievable. And, of course he could still find his form with this Ferrari car, but it's not looking likely. Of course he's come to this thing thinking that he's trying to win an 8th world title because obviously he still feels he was robbed from Abu Dhabi 2021, and no doubt about it. as a fan, I still believe he was, because that race should have never ended that way. But one individual why it did, because of Michael Massey and Christian Horner as well. Both of them need to take accountability. And it's such a shame that Max's first world title will be remembered as controversial. Of course, that season, he was a worthy world champion, because at times I actually thought he's better than Lewis Hamilton. So, yeah. But on that day, both Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen were victims that day, because should have never ended that way. But there you go. FIA so controversial these days. But what does Lewis Hamilton have to do now? It's like he's on this big contract. It's like maybe he knows he's past his best and he's just enjoying being on big wages. I mean, that's not a good look, is it, if that's the case? I mean, because Ferrari want to win the constructors. Like last season, we missed out on the constructors by what was it, 14 points or something like that. Took McLaren to the final race of the season, but this year, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we are winning the constructors, which makes me wonder if the team should have stuck with Carlos Sainz after all. But, you know, remember what I said before that Lewis Hamilton should retire? I made that video 2 years ago and literally I had egg on my face, man, because, he proves me wrong. And I hope and pray he does it again. But at the moment, I feel this time round he is definitely finished. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I want to believe in Lewis Hamilton, but he's making it very difficult for me at the moment to carry on believing in him. And, Fernando Alonso at what, 43, 44? It looks like he's possibly finished as well. Even though this Aston Martin car is terrible, because let's get it right, it is terrible, people, yeah? Shocking. I've never known an Aston Martin car so bad as this one. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. And yeah, wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. But big up to every single one of you lying and locked in this morning. Much appreciated. Now, if you are an F1 fan, make sure you are subscribing to my F1 channel, because I am currently 16 subscribers away from being able to stream on that channel. So if you want to see more streams like this over on my F1 channel, then make sure you are subscribing to it. And if you are a Manchester United fan and you enjoy me talking about Manchester United and loads of other things apart from football, make sure you're subscribing to this channel. And please subscribe as well to my football channel if you like other content where I talk about loads of other football teams on that channel. I don't talk about Manchester United on there. I only talk about different teams, because at the end of the day, it's a football channel. I only talk about Manchester United really on this channel. But at times I have been talking about other football teams on this channel as well, because this is my main channel for streaming, because I'm trying to get up to the 4,000 watch time hours. And if you guys watch these streams as long as possible, it really does help with watch time hours. So I'll be really thankful if you could. I don't think his reputation in Ferrari was ruined that much, since you and F1 Fanatic Rants would still put him in the top 3 or top 4 GOAT F1 drivers. For some people, it will. Oh, look, whatever happens, Kuiper, mate, you still had a fantastic career. Let's get the narrative right here, yeah? But, it is a shame how he has dropped off. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I love Lewis Hamilton, but yeah, the drop off is not good. It really isn't. I mean, he could still win a race here and there. He's won the sprint race, but come on, man. Just winning the sprint. You got to be winning full GPs as well. Look, I know our car is not quite up there yet, because it's not this Ferrari car. is not the best. It's not like last year's Ferrari car. Last year's Ferrari car was a beast. This year's one is we made an error on the concepts and it's really affected the performance. But Charles Leclerc getting on that podium, maybe it is a sign slowly that we are starting to unlock this SF25. But I'm taking nothing for granted, okay? Because at the end of the day, Ferrari never make it easy for themselves, do they? Because this is Ferrari, what we're talking about. But one thing I have to give my team credit for is the pit stops. I mean, we've been absolutely unbelievable on pit stops. The pit crew have been on it. Honestly, them times I seen were unbelievable. What one of my subscribers shared over on the WhatsApp group. I mean, no wonder why we've been getting cars out in the pit lane quickly. Strategy, though, is always our number one concern with Ferrari. I'm not going to lie, we never make it easy for ourselves in strategy, do we? Dear me. But, you know, yeah, let's wait and see what happens with Sir Lewis Hamilton. But, you know, I want to believe in him still, but I believe his time is done. Excuse me, I'm sorry to say. But anyway, let's have a listen to what he said after the race, shall we? In his post-race interview. Right, let's have a listen.
Hi, Lewis. So I know yesterday you were saying to us you needed some magic, or I think there's a quote saying you said you needed a brain transplant to get on top of this car. But it really seemed to come alive for you in that second stint towards the end there. Was there a point where you did feel comfortable in the race today? No. There was a second. So how hard is it then? What are you dealing with in the car? I don't know. Clearly the car is capable of being C3, so Charles did a great job today. So I can't blame him. You don't have any idea why it's just not happening for you. All right, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, and didn't really say much there, did he? Just saying that he didn't feel comfortable in the car. But these excuses needs to stop because you are a seven-time world champion and you keep literally making up these excuses saying, oh, it's the setup. Oh, I'm not comfortable with the car, this and that. It's like he's trying to fool his fan base so that his fan base will remain on his side. But where me, as an F1 fan, I will hold him accountable for it because, I am done hearing all these excuses. We heard it in Mercedes last year. Now we're hearing it in the Ferrari this year. Stop with these setup excuses, yeah? It's getting so old school now, people. Seriously, what are we doing here, Lewis Hamilton? It's ridiculous. I mean, look, if he wins a couple races this year, then, at least he's won a couple, but do I think he should continue at this rate into 2026? Probably not, because, he's underperforming. So, no, I don't think he should continue in 2026. I feel this would be a perfect time to call it a day at the end of the day. So, yeah, but, it just depends on his mindset. But if he does leave, then I would break the bank and go and get Max Verstappen because clearly he's the best driver on the F1 grid in the moment. And just imagine what he could do to Ferrari. The minerals he will land, it'd be unreal. It really would. Because even though Red Bull have the fourth fastest car at the moment, he's still literally putting it on pole. And all right, he didn't win the race on Sunday because he's only got himself to blame because being a bit of foul play and that cost him that race on Sunday, which not good. But he's only got himself to blame. It's as simple as that. Here we go, Kiefer. Honestly, I do think Hamilton would be considered the GOAT. Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna never existed in F1. Yeah, F. Yeah, probably. Who do you think will finish ahead in Monaco? Hamilton's seen terrible so far, but Leclerc has the Monaco curse, which I think you are aware of this. I mean, he did win last season, mate, so he ended his Monaco curse last season, didn't he? He won it quite easily last season, Leclerc and Monaco, so I think on current form, I have to say Leclerc will probably be ahead of Hamilton, no doubt about it, because we have to see what Lewis Hamilton does in the next couple of weeks over in Miami because we got a bit of a break now. So, yeah, I'm sure Fred Vasseur is supporting him in that, but surely Fred Vasseur is not happy with these performances because, it's costing us valuable points in the constructors. If we can get Lewis Hamilton close to Charles Leclerc, then that's picking up valuable points in the constructors. At the moment, we're not really doing that because Lewis Hamilton's finishing lower down the order. Yes, we're getting double points finishes, which is great for the team. But obviously, that double disqualification has really hampered us what we had at China. But we've only got ourselves to blame for that. And I held the team accountable. I was not happy with that at all. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. But it's like, Lewis Hamilton, please sort yourself out, yeah? It's like, as a fan, I just demand much more. I want to see much more. Why, as a fan, should I have to accept some mediocrity? Because I won't. I've been supporting him since 2006. So literally, I will hold him accountable. It's as simple as that. But you're not a true fan if you hold your drivers accountable, Mr. Joshy J. I think you find I am, because at least I have the balls and the minerals to call it out. And my subscriber as well, F1 fan fanatic rants, he has the minerals to call it out. Of course you can call out your favourite driver. I have so many times last season and so far this season. The reason Max doesn't want to go to Ferrari because he knows Ferrari will make terrible strategy calls at times. I mean, if he replaced Hamilton, though, that would be a dream. It really would. But yeah, that's the one thing worry with us, like I said, is the strategy. It's as simple as that. But, surely as a Lewis Hamilton fan, you are not enjoying this because I'm not. I definitely am not enjoying it, people. Literally, I am finding it very tough to watch. I'm finding it extremely difficult to watch my driver going through this decline. But hopefully, somehow, he can get back to Lewis Hamilton, what we know. But, it's like, dear me. But I do love Lewis Hamilton, and I will always respect Lewis Hamilton. No matter how hard it gets, I will always back him, but I will hold him accountable as well. And what I'm seeing at the moment, I know deep down is nowhere near sustainable. For a driver of his standards, he's at least got to try and get on the podium. Of course, maybe saying a couple races time, he'll be more familiar with the car, and I hope and pray he is, and then we can calm that conversation down. But for now, what I'm seeing by him, all the evidence I got right in front of me, I feel Lewis Hamilton is finished, unfortunately. As much as it pains me to say it, it's made me realise that this weekend he's done. I'm sorry to say, people. I mean, look, again, I hope he proves me wrong, like what he did in 2023, because I made that video saying it's time for Lewis Hamilton to retire. And like I said, literally after that, I had egg on my face because he absolutely sat me down, and I loved it when he did that. And I hope somehow he does it again. But the moment, what I'm seeing, that's not looking possible, is it, guys, at the end of the day? But yeah, my live streams this week, I've had to move them around this week because I'm staying in my family's house. So that means, I literally have to stream in the morning. Well, I could still do it in the evening, but I don't want to distract my family members. So, yeah, that's why I'll be streaming in the morning mostly this week. But like I say, if you're an F1 fan, make sure you are subscribing to my F1 channel. Link is in the title because, I am 50 subscribers. No, 16 subscribers away from being able to live stream on my F1 channel because you require 50 subscribers to start live streaming on the F1 channel. But it's like the race itself on Sunday, it was not very exciting, was it? I mean, let's get everything right here, people, yeah? Absolutely get it right. I thought for Saudi Arabia, it was a very, very poor Grand Prix, where literally that circuit is full with drama. Look at 2021, where Max Verstappen lose Hamilton, where it looked like Max Verstappen did the brake check, and Hamilton crashed into Verstappen. I can remember I shouted like so loud that they went, "No, fuck!" because I thought that was his title hopes in the bin. Because if he retards on the race, that would have been because Hamilton, because no, Verstappen would have been world champion that race. That at the end of the day, in that race, Hamilton gets the more calm head, and he won that Grand Prix. So yeah, and also that incident on that pond on Sunday between Max and Oscar Piastri, where Max had that 5-second time penalty for literally forcing another car wide in that, where Oscar Piastri was in front. The replay showed that that was his corner, and Max straight away should gain up the place because he gained an advantage and he got given a 5-second time penalty, and rightly so as well. You can't be doing that shit in F1. You really can't. And I'm glad the stewards came down hard on him. I really am. Imagine how Max would have reacted in Australia 2025 Ferrari terrible strategy. It would cause a meltdown even in social media, or cause implosion if he was in the Ferrari. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, Kiefer, that's a really good point, mate. It'd be very dumb if Hamilton still continues in 2027, whether it's Ferrari or a different team, because 2027 we could see more new rookies on the grid. Absolutely. Like I am already an Ollie Behrman fan as well. He's my other favourite driver because I've been following him in F2 and that. So yeah, he's had a decent start to the season. All right, sometimes the Haas car hasn't always had the pace and that, but certainly in the races, Ollie Behrman's doing decent. He couldn't quite get the points on Sunday, but he still beat his teammate Esteban Ocon. And if he's beaten his teammate, that's good enough for me as an Ollie Behrman fan. That really is, Esteban Ocon, he gets his critics and that. Where sometimes he has good races and bad races. He seems to have one good race, then the other time he's absolutely nowhere again. There seems to be no consistency with Esteban Ocon. There really doesn't. But anyway, that's my take on the situation with Lewis Hamilton. So if you're watching afterwards, let me know down below what you think of the situation. Of course, like Aston Martin, it's going to be interesting to see who goes to Aston Martin. I believe if Max leaves Red Bull, he will go to Aston Martin because he would want to be back with Adrian Newey again. And another one I would take there as well is possibly like Yuki Tsunoda, someone like that, because it's like, why is Daddy Boy's Stroll still in that other Aston Martin for? It's only because his dad's Lawrence Stroll, and that's why Lance is never going to lose his seat at Aston Martin. But do I think he should lose his seat? Absolutely, because he's now set the record and the most Q1 exits. It's embarrassing, man. Enough is enough. He needs to be putting out his misery. He needs to sack him. I'm pissed we raced in Miami, but of course we are here. Because Hamilton wanted to race in Miami. Yeah, more than likely. But yeah, anyway, that's my take on the Lewis Hamilton situation. So yeah, just wanted to get this off my chest and talk about it for half an hour or so. So let's see. Is there anyone live at this time of morning who I like? Is there anyone live? That's how I like people. And no, not really. Will F1 SK5 has comment in your F1 videos, but I'm surprised he hasn't been in your F1 live stream because he does have very interesting opinions. Like he ranks Hamilton sixth in the GOATs list. Yeah, that's interesting, mate. Very, very interesting. But yeah, be interesting if ever he did come on one of these live streams. But like I said, once I hit 50 subscribers on my F1 channel, I'll be live streaming on this channel. On my F1 channel, sorry. Once I get out to 50 subs, we can start live streaming and doing all F1 content over on that channel. But for now, until I get up to them 50 subscribers, I have to carry on streaming on this channel, doing F1 streams like any F1 live watch-alongs until I get up to that 50 subscribers. So, like I said, if you are an F1 fan, you're watching afterwards, make sure you are hitting the bit in blue, because that is the link to my F1 channel where you see Mr. Josh J F1 highlighted in blue. Make sure you're clicking on that because that'll take you straight to my F1 channel. And yeah, I do race reaction, qualifying reaction, I do driver ratings and team ratings for the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. But anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, big up to you, Kuiper, for being in the live chat. Great conversation, it really is. Thanks for watching all. Bye bye.